Hi, welcome to my first person shooter. Um, there's so much to cover, so I'm just gonna go in. By the way, please ignore that error message right there. I looked it up. It's because of like terrain tools being funky, and I just didn't feel confident enough to mess with the code. It's not hurting me right now. So I just left it as is because the only solutions I could find was to mess with like the terrain like code itself, and I didn't want to do that. Anyways, here we are in my beautiful, lovely terrain. This gorgeous green valley. Wow. Ooh, the Booger Mountain. Okay, so I followed the first person shooter tutorial, and I got through half. I know we were supposed to do 1/3, but I read the directions wrong, so I got through half. I promise I didn't work ahead. It was an accident, so there might be a little more implementation than need be. Okay, what can we see in that bottom right corner? You can kind of see my UI. Let me pick up this weapon, which, by the way, when I hover over it, highlights. Um, Pick it up. Whoop. Okay, we can see that my UI updated. I can shoot. There's sound, animation. We can reload. Terrific. I can switch to a secondary weapon slot, and then I can pick this up. I can have a second gun. You can see my UI updated. Also working. By the way, that is a particle effect for the muzzle fire. Pretty interesting. So cool. Reload doesn't exist because that didn't happen in the tutorial yet. It's not because I didn't implement it. So, ha. Bottles that are breakable. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can switch back between my weapons. Can move around. I can jump. I'm traversing this terrain with my own 2 feet. No ground or anything. Yep. Pretty cool. Kind of like Fallout New Vegas if you think about it. Pretty close. Pretty close. Okay, let's go over what I did. There is so much. Most of it gets covered through scripts, so we'll go through scripts. That's null. Beer bottle. This is how I made those breakable bottles. I put the pieces of the bottle into a list, and then when it shatters, when it gets hit, I just make all the parts kinematic so that they fall apart instead of holding together as a single bottle. This is my bullet. Not so different from Space Invaders. I have special compare tags for if I hit a wall or one of those targets or a beer bottle. And then I create the bullet impact effect depending on where my gun is pointing, which is the center reticle. Cool. Global references. This is how I put my bullet impact on whatever I'm hitting. My HUD manager, which is where all my yummy UI exists. This is how I update the icons for the active weapon and the inactive weapon, and also the ammo count, stuff like that. Interaction manager is how I pick up my guns. So when I am looking at a weapon, it'll highlight, and then if I hit F, then it will move the weapon to my camera position for player. Mouse movement. This is how I move my mouse as my player. Nothing too crazy. I did top and bottom clamps so that I can't look up too far or look down into my character model. Cool. Player movement. Really easy. I used a character control component too. So this is pretty standard. I check if I'm on the ground, I check if I'm moving. It's for jumping and falling. Yeah. Sound manager. This is how my weapons make their noises. So cool. Not anything special, just a switch to see which gun I'm shooting, and then I play that sound accordingly. This is weapon. Weapon was the most complicated. I have different shooting modes so that the bullets fire differently depending on what shooting mode I'm in. There's single, automatic, and burst. The only two guns I have right now are single and automatic, which you saw me demonstrate earlier. This is fire weapon, so this checks do I have bullets to fire? If I do, then shoot them and also remove my bullets. And it also updates my animation. Reload. This resets my bullet amount. I only have a reload animation for one gun right now, but it is easy enough to implement for any gun that I do it for. And this is how I see where I'm shooting from and if I hit something or not. Yeah, and then I destroy my bullet after a few seconds so that there's not a bunch of bullet objects just sitting all over the place. And this is weapon manager, which is how I'm able to switch between my weapons to an active slot and an inactive slot, and also to update my UI and everything. And yeah, that was a little long. Thank you.